hoping to find us actually live streaming on his phone. Welcome to Cooking with Caleb today on Friday. Have you found us?
Yes.
Friday the 22nd of May. Is that correct, Caleb?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's Friday the 22nd of May, and it's really nice to see you. And we're live from the vicarage in Enville.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just checking how much of a delay we've got. Hello.
Yeah.
It's currently just me watching you.
It's currently just Caleb watching, but other people will join, and it's really nice to have your company. Today, what are we cooking today?
We're
Caleb?
making yeastless pizzas from scratch.
Yes, from scratch. So it's pizzas today, and we're also going to be thinking about the armour of God. So we hope you've had a good week, and we've had quite a good week, haven't we?
I have, yes.
Yeah, Caleb's finished uni for now, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been relaxing. I'm a man of leisure.
Yeah, he's a
Not
man.
much leisure's been happening there.
He thinks he's a man of leisure, but I'm obviously slightly anti-leisure. Those of you who know me well will know that leisure isn't something that, you know, is a good thing in my world. So Caleb's been busy, haven't you?
A bit too busy, yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, a bit too busy for a man of leisure. But yeah.
I was expecting brunch and golf, but that hasn't been the case.
But instead Caleb's taken on cooking and shopping, haven't you?
Yes, it's been a bit too much, really. There's some high standards in this household.
There are some high standards. So yeah. So good morning to Adam. I think we've got Adam joining us. And congratulations to Adam for his Revs Limiter event last weekend. So hopefully you caught that. It was really amazing. And if you didn't catch it live, you can, I'm sure, find things on Facebook. So it's like a virtual car show over 2 days, over last weekend. And it was really amazing, wasn't it?
It was very good, yes.
And all sorts of interesting people linked to cars and relating to cars, talking about their cars. And I think he got over 3,000, he'll be able to tell you. I think he had over 3,000 people join in the end, which is amazing, and it makes us look like we're just messing about here, isn't it?
Yes, but it's not about your quantity, it's about your quality.
Okay, but anyway, congratulations to Adam and to everybody involved in that last weekend. And so a big shout out to all the Revs people, because that was quite amazing. So shall we run through our ingredients? I'm sure it must be 11 o'clock.
Yes, but I thought we want to, make sure that we have other people watching.
Oh, do you want to do some shout outs?
I don't mind. We'll do shout at the end.
We'll do shout outs a bit later.
Yeah. See if people are actually watching.
See if people are watching. So what do we need for our,
so
our no yeast pizza dough?
So for the dough, so we're going to split it into 2 parts, the dough and the toppings and sauce. So for your dough, you need 350 grams of plain flour.
Oh, sorry, plain flour. Here we are.
2 3/4 teaspoons of baking powder.
Yeah, which were measured out in a fairly random fashion.
I think we've got more like 3 in a little bit, but depends how much you want your pizza to rise.
Yeah.
A teaspoon of salt.
Not measured yet.
A tablespoon of olive oil of any kind, any description.
Yeah, we're going olive to be really Mediterranean.
And then 170 millilitres of water. And then for your topping.
We'll come on to that in a bit, shall we?
Okay, well we want to topping.
I think let's do dough first.
So to start with, we want to.
We've washed our hands already.
I have, yes. I don't know if you have. Do you want to go again?
Okay, I think I did.
Yes, you've been touching things there since then.
Okay.
So always wash your hands, but to start with, washing hands, and the other thing we always do is heating our oven. So today that's at 200 degrees Celsius, or 180 for a fan, or at gas mark 6, that's what we're going for. So this pizza dough recipe will make 2 pizzas, so if you want to make 4, just double. So to start with...
Do we need to sieve the flour?
No.
I think we probably do.
It doesn't say you need to.
Yeah, it's always a good idea.
So to start with, we're going to take our flour.
We haven't made this before, so
Yeah, we don't want to do yeast in our pizza dough.
we haven't made it before, so we don't really know how well this will work, and you might need a spoon. But we'll give it a go and see. So this is a recipe from the BBC website, is it?
I think so, yeah, BBC Good Food.
Yeah, BBC Good Food, which has had quite good reviews as being something that works for a lot of people. So hopefully it'll work for us and it'll work for you. Okay, so flour sieved.
I suppose, we're just going to sieve everything.
Yeah, I think we should sieve everything.
Okay, it doesn't say to sieve, but I'm being overruled on the sieving front.
Yeah.
So then we want to put in our 2 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder, or however many baking powders you have. Thank you.
Yeah, and then what?
And then we want to get our teaspoon of salt as well.
Shall I measure that?
Yes, please. straight in. Or
Yeah, straight through.
Okay. Give that a little bit of a quick mix. Don't know why. Then a tablespoon of oil.
Don't do too much. Ooh,
Yeah, I've got oil already.
that went quite well. Could have gone a lot worse.
The thing with oil is, when you pour it, it gets stuck to the spoon, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So a little bit extra, and then you so you got your oil in there. That was a bit like caramel in a crunchy bar, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When
Are
you
you going to
pour,
stir it a bit, or you
no,
can?
no, no,
Oh no, okay.
no.
Pour in the water.
Straight in. Now, stir that all together with a spoon. Not time for fingers and thumbs yet. Make sure that all gets nice and in there. You're looking for the texture of a ball. I think.
The
Shall we take?
texture of a ball.
Well,
The shape.
shape of a ball.
Yeah.
Might be a texture of a
I
surf.
think it's meant to be a firm dough. Is that right?
Well, it should be soft but not sticky.
Yes.
So if that's the case, and it's a bit too stiff, you can add a bit more water. But we're aiming for a ball. What size ball do you think will be aiming at? I think one of those kind of, you know, when you get the large tennis balls that you can get.
Oh really?
Yeah, what do you think? Sure,
I
sorry,
think you
I've
might-
got a bit of a blood blister on my fingers.
Oh, okay. So as usual, I have to come in to do the muscly stirring. I think we're going to need a tiny bit more water.
Yeah, I've injured myself this week.
Yeah, we've had a bit of a household of injuries. So Caleb injured himself messing around with a cricket ball and a cricket bat. And then Pete's not too much. Woo! Pete's really injured himself today doing a bit of PE with Joe Wicks. So this will be his second PE with Joe Wicks injury, not his second time doing PE with Joe Wicks. But something in his leg made a bit of a strange sound. And yeah, not good, is it?
Yeah,
But obviously he's just going to run it off. So he put a bag of frozen peas on it, had a bath, and he's going to just run it off later. But I think we need a bit more water.
Yeah, you need to get a bit more.
Whoa!
Okay, can we stop making the
I know, woe sounds are good.
Not necessary.
And we've got to knead this for 3 minutes apparently. So I think we're going to divide it into balls before we knead it.
I don't know, what do you want to do?
I don't know. So we need a
Knead,
floured
and then you roll
surface.
into two balls over flatten
Yeah.
out. Mm.
So a floured surface.
Yes, on the, why are the
You
two
need-
balls out?
And to make it a bit easier in case it really sticks. Because we're going to do a craft activity, aren't we, afterwards?
Yeah.
So we're going to put this onto a floured surface and knead it. For those of you who wanted Cooking with Caleb t-shirts, an order has been placed. Adam, we have ordered you one. And so, whoop, do you see that bit of dough flying off there?
I know, it's getting a little bit...
He's getting a bit lively. An order has been placed. More can be placed. They're £10 each. And you can have them either with the writing the wrong way round, which is what Caleb's got, in order for it to come out the right way round, in a mirror or on a live stream, or you can have it the right way round. Most people so far have gone for the wrong way round because it's a bit more of a conversation piece,
Yeah, it's
isn't
a
it?
statement, isn't it?
It's a statement. It's a lockdown statement. There we go.
Yeah.
That is looking quite good.
So you want to...
So do you want to show everybody how good that is?
Yeah, I'm going to get it out. So we've got a ball. I think my size estimation was quite good.
Your size estimation was good.
Okay, so we've got, we want to knead it into
We're
the
gonna knead
flour
it.
surface. So, kneading,
It's heels. Okay, so kneading. We didn't do kneading lessons. So when you knead something, you're turning it over and using the heel of your hand. So you're moving it round.
oh wow, that's quite cool.
and
Oh, it's like what you do with bread.
it is exactly like what you do with bread.
Oh, Dad bought something else we did with bread last time.
Yeah, so that's what you're doing. So a bit of kneading. So 3 minutes of kneading. And while you're doing that, do you want to do some shout outs, or is it just
I think it's all about kneading at the moment, isn't it?
is it about kneading? Do you want to look at your comments as well? Caleb tends to be good at doing one thing at a time.
No, I'm good at multitasking. I'm good at multitasking than you are.
Okay, so do you want let's do some shout outs.
No, I refuse.
No, so we're going to do some shout outs because Caleb is going to be able to multitask and knead and yeah, so give it a good.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, well done. So, Brindley Juniors and Foley Infants, hello to you if you're watching. Wishing everybody there and all the school teachers a good half term. For some people that have been more meaningful than others who are stuck at home. And I know of some parents of smaller children who pretend that half term isn't even a thing, so they still keep doing lessons. So that's very exciting.
Oh, wow. That's a bit,
I know,
that's a bit much, isn't it?
But to be honest, if that was me, that's exactly what I'd do.
A But you wouldn't be teaching me, you'd give up, you'd get angry.
I might, yeah, might not go well for us, might it? The Rebs group, Rebs Enville, Rebs Shrewsbury, hello to you.
Should we try and do some lessons together?
We could try some lessons.
Should we do live stream lessons?
We could do some live stream lessons. Imagine how that would go. Are you going to do some more shout outs?
Yes, obviously we've already mentioned Adam, but again, our #1 fan with a t-shirt on the way. Nicola Turner and Layla, who I think did a good job last week with the Bourbon biscuits. They did a lot better job than we did, didn't they?
Yeah.
From what?
There was a lot of good Bourbon biscuits going on.
And
June, who made very good Bourbon biscuits because she brought them to Zoom Coffee for church, which was good. Yeah.
To Peter Plevy, who is recovering from the COVID at the moment. But it's lovely to have heard that he's watching. To Frankie and Ralph down in London.
Yeah.
Thank you again for your continued support. And yes, again, where are we? The issue with piece of paper is we've got a list of things that aren't really related to.
Yeah, we've got other things on here.
To the Kidver community volunteers, the Cobra group, keeping us all together in this tough and trying time, and also to all the food banks across the Black Country and the country, I suppose.
Yeah.
There's no need to just, say the rest
so
of them.
just a big shout out to food banks and people running kitchens, people in need, and homeless shelters. So we've had loads of really good support from Brierley Hill Food Bank ourselves in this area, and we are still collecting for the food bank. So you can make donations of cash directly, but certainly you will be able to find local drop-off points to your food bank. Now this is looking quite like dough, Caleb.
Yeah, it's all about palm heel. It's a bit like walking, isn't it? Imagine you're walking but with your hands.
Is it? Yeah.
Well, because you go heel first and you heel.
Yeah. It's just like walking, okay. So I don't know if anyone's been counting, but I reckon that's probably 3 or 4 minutes of kneading. It's felt like quite a long time anyway. Has it felt like a long time?
I'm quite enjoying it actually.
Okay, well, should we just put it into 2 balls and then flatten it out? So, okay. You could use a knife.
No. What's the fun of using a knife?
Okay, so 2 balls.
It's like karate.
It is like karate, except not. And then we're just going to flatten these out so that this will be your pizza base. Now the recipe suggests that you put your toppings straight on, but having looked at the various comments that there were in
the comment section.
In the comment section, do you want a rolling pin? I think that's going to work better. Yeah, in the comment section of the recipe, people that had the best results seem to have, oh look, this is going much better, seem to have part cooked their base for about 5 minutes. So that is what we're going to do. So we're going to cook the base for 5 minutes, and then we're going to put the toppings on. So I don't know what you really like on your pizza. We've played it pretty safe this morning, haven't we? But we'll talk about that in a minute. But we don't tend to agree. This isn't going to surprise you. We never agree as a family. We can't have one pizza because we can't agree on what to have. So I always prefer a more vegetarian option. And Pete and Caleb obviously just want meat. So
and occasionally a bit of fish.
And a bit of fish.
And the odd vegetable that you can deep fry.
The odd vegetables, yeah. So do you want to use my...
This is going really well.
It is going really well.
It's the same size as yours. I don't know why you're laughing. And mine's actually a circle. Yours is like a...
Mine isn't a circle, but I don't think that matters really.
It's quite the workout, really.
It is quite a workout. Here you go, have those.
No, I'm happy.
Okay, so it doesn't say how thin or how thick your base should be, but we're going for about sort of, I don't know, 2.5?
Yeah, I don't know if...
A quarter of a centimetre. Caleb's maybe is a bit thicker. Anyway, we've pre-greased our baking trays, and we're going to put these bases. It's quite certain that you could probably fling them, couldn't you? But I don't think we're going to do that. So mine's turned into a bit of a rectangle.
If you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Because you could fold over and make crust, couldn't you? You could make it thicker at the end.
Yeah, you could fold it over and make crust.
And if you really wanted to, you could put a bit of cheese in your crust, couldn't you?
You could make it stuffed crust.
Stuffed crust, yeah.
But we're not going to do that. So these are going to go in 5 minutes. Thank you very much. It's quite exciting, isn't it?
Alexa, put on a timer for 5 minutes, please.
And Alexa's going to time that. 5 minutes starting now. Alexa wants to read us 5 minutes later, but we're not going to go for that because that would be madness.
Instead, we're going to do our own
Do you want to
story.
talk about the toppings
Okay,
first,
we
and
do
then we'll come on to
toppings
our own story? You're covered in flour.
So to start with the topping, you need some form of tomatoey, saucy base. So we've gone for tomato passata, however we want to pronounce it. Obviously, you can get.
I'm going to wipe you down.
You can get pizza topping. Ooh.
There we go.
You can get pizza topping bases from supermarkets, and you can also do things
Make
with
your
raw
own.
tomatoes and
Yeah, but
a bit
we've
of
gone
garlic and
simply,
onion and
haven't we?
stuff. But we can't be bothered.
Yeah.
what you-
I'm wiping this because it's fallen in the tomato.
Oh no, but you're just.
Yeah. Okay. And then what else have we done?
Well, we've got mozzarella. Now you can either do grated mozzarella, which is what we've done because we're cheating, or you can get balls of mozzarella. But you know, balls of mozzarella and balls of dough. It's a bit too ballsy, isn't it?
It's a bit too ballsy. Yeah.
We've gone for ham today
Yeah.
because we had ham in the fridge, and we've gone for mushrooms as well. So we're just going for a simple ham and mushroom. Might put a bit of a herb on top as well.
Okay, Ken likes a few herbs, but we've gone for a simple ham and mushroom pizza today. But you can essentially put on your pizza really whatever you like, because that's the beauty of a pizza. And
Yeah, so
Caleb's not a big fan of too much tomato, are you?
No, I don't want it as a sauce though. It's okay. It's sauce.
Okay, so you know.
Leave that. What are you doing?
Okay. But what else?
Why are pins there? Why have you checked the empty?
Okay, well we're moving on to this, aren't we?
Yes, I'm going to put this in a bit.
Okay, Caleb's going to put that in the bin.
What you've done there is to the young people of Kimber Embers promoting littering.
Okay, I'm not littering. I'll have to put that straight into the bin. So today we're thinking about difficult times in our lives, aren't we? Sort of.
Yes.
And I don't know if you've ever had a time when you've been somewhere you don't want to be, or maybe you felt a bit trapped. It might be that you're finding lockdown feels a bit like a trap, and you're stuck in and you can't get out, or you can't see the people you want to do. It's the people you want to see. And so we've been thinking about God tells us in all circumstances that we should be children of light. So how can we be children of light when it feels dark all around us, or when we feel trapped or stuck? And so we think that God tells us to do certain things and put on armour, which is the armour of light, which helps us to be children of light. So I've been up this morning trying to make armour. It hasn't gone terribly well, so I haven't quite finished.
Yes. So
do you want to tell us about the armour?
That's what I was planning on doing. But you looked at me as if you wanted to go off piste.
No.
In biblical times, soldiers would wear very heavy armour. In fact, when David went to fight the giant Goliath, he couldn't wear the armour because it was too heavy. These days, soldiers don't wear armour, but you might find it interesting to know that Christians wear armour every day, and it would be a good idea if you did too. So the question is, how can we wear our armour? This armour is very, very good, isn't it? It's very good. It's very, very good. It has special powers that are invisible. And when you are putting it on each day, it is as if God is helping you live as a child of light. However, the armour only works if you have Jesus living inside of you. So let's go through the different parts of the armour.
Okay, so that's part made, isn't it? This is part made.
Yeah, some of this is made, some of this is, Do you want to move the flowers, by the way? Or, okay.
Oh, okay.
So we're going
We've been attacking cardboard boxes, haven't we?
Yeah, so we've been saving on recycling. So, I don't know what's going on here.
Okay.
Gonna,
Okay, so what do we, so
well,
starting off?
we're starting with this, but you've
Yeah,
called it
here it is.
so we're going to start with the belt of truth. And we need to put this on
Shall I put it
first to
on?
be truthful. No, we'll put it on
I'll put
later
it on
when we
later,
do
okay.
singing. I'll put this on first to be truthful. Remember the truth we know about God. We can know the truth by reading the Bible and the Spirit telling us, or learning from other people who believe in God. Next, that we put on, so we got our belt on, keeping our trousers or our breeches up.
Yeah.
We got our breastplate of righteousness.
I know, I need to work on this, I'll do that in a minute. Oh. I've only written righteousness on it and I've put a string around it.
Yeah, so if you've ever seen anyone play hockey in goal, they've got a similar thing, a breastplate that covers from their neck to their stomach, haven't they?
Yeah.
Oh, breastplates are a bit weird, aren't they?
Yeah.
But this piece, as well as protecting, your chest and your stomach, also protects your heart. And we can protect our hearts by confessing sin to God and saying sorry for the things we've done wrong. The next thing we're going to put on is the sandals of peace.
Oh, now these, yeah. Now, I did, 5 minutes.
Quite quick. Alexa, stop. We'll come back to
we'll come back to the
story in a
sandals of
second.
peace.
Stop. Oh, there's a cat in here.
There's a cat. He does live here.
I know, but he's getting too involved.
Okay. So don't do anything with the oven other than take your pizza bases out. And remember that they're hot. That looks quite good.
Yeah, it's definitely rising.
Definitely rising, which is what we feared might not happen.
Okay, so thank you. I'm going to be a bit careful here. Remember, these are hot.
Yeah, these are hot. You need to remember that.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe you need to really remember that these are hot.
Okay, so what we're going to do.
Yeah.
So we're going to scoop out some tomato. This is going to go well, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. I'm just going to rinse off the tablespoon. Oh, I'm the one that spilled it.
Oh, wow.
I'm going with the flourish. These are going to be nice.
I'm quite excited already, actually.
You're quite excited.
I might make mine fairly tomato, actually.
You're going to go for a lot of tomato, so I'm not going to do too much tomato.
We've got way too much tomato.
I think you've got. I know, but we don't need to use it all, do we?
No, I know, but you know.
Yeah.
Save it for another time.
Okay, you've got to stop.
I want to get my crusties.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to remove the tomato before it gets really out of hand on Kayla's part.
I'm just trying to make sure it gets on my crust.
Okay, you've got it spilling all over the place.
Oh.
Okay, and then what are we going to put on?
Okay, so the next step, you can do it one of two ways, can't you?
Can you?
Well, you can go cheese first and then toppings, but I like to go toppings and then cheese. I suppose cheese is a topping, but
Yeah.
we're going to put our things on.
So we, kind of pre-cut these.
They're interesting size.
They're an interesting size here, so they're quite chunky.
Well, mushrooms need to be quite chunky because they get small, don't they?
Yeah, they can get small. So there we go. So there's some mushrooms, and I'm just going to sprinkle some ham in between my mushrooms. You're right. You seem to be lots of deep breathing and concentration there.
I know. I've made a bit of a mess of some of my ham, really.
Yeah.
There we go.
I don't think it really matters, does it?
I know, but some of us are perfectionists when it comes to the art of the pizzeria. I'll tell you what I think's weird about pizza is in New York they call it a pie, don't they? You get a slice of pizza, you call it a pie, don't you? It's a bit weird, yeah.
No.
Well, it's not. It's obviously, that's not a pie, is it?
No.
The pie's got a steak and mushroom here, or apple.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
That's it. There's no
Okay.
other types of pie.
So, cheese,
On top.
or if you've got mozzarella balls or something, you can use any cheese really, can't you?
Yeah, but obviously mozzarella goes a bit stringier and it's a bit,
Yeah.
more of a protective layer, like the breastplate of righteousness.
What do you think?
Well, it's like chainmail, I suppose, underneath the breastplate.
Yeah. But you could use whatever cheese you might have, and you don't need to do as much as this, but obviously Caleb likes quite a bit of cheese.
Well, it goes to waste otherwise, this cheese, isn't it? It's not very
Yeah.
much. Come on.
Okay, I don't want any more. I don't want any more mine.
But Dad's going to have some as well.
Okay, Dad's going to have some, so that's all right. In his injured state, if he can ever get back downstairs again.
Cool, and then, sorry, more seething. And then I'm going to put a few herbs and spices on mine.
So what's that? Mixed Italian. What
Mixed
have you got
Italian
there?
herbs here. It's a
Some dried
little
herbs?
sprinkle, a little sprinkle of herbs all around in the middle, just to give a bit of extra oomph. Bit of crushed chilies.
I don't want chilies on mine.
Can't get to chilies.
Okay. Nice.
And then, you got that tablespoon still. Right, I'll get a spray.
Okay.
Then what we like to do is a little bit of olive oil spray just on top, just to make sure,
Okay. So a bit of olive oil sprayed on top.
So what I think is the bonus about doing this is that it really makes your cheese get stringier and kind of stickier and makes the layering of it just a bit. And also, if you're putting extras on top like your herbs and your spices, it helps to actually keep it stuck in and actually
Yeah, stuck in.
aromatic, isn't it? Yeah.
Stick in
Aromatic, what's it called?
Become aromatic.
It become aromatic. There's not really a verb for it, is there?
No.
These bad boys going back in for 10 minutes, I think. Have we started?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
I'm not going to bother with that, so I don't want to hear a 10-minute story.
No, she's got a 10 minute story. So you're going to put a timer on?
Yes. Okay, so where story-wise, we had just put on the breastplates of righteousness.
Hang on, I've put all my things down here,
So we've got the breastplate of righteousness,
which I still need to do some work on.
and we've got the belt of truth. And now the third thing we're going to put on is the sandals of peace.
Yeah, now I struggle with this, but last night we had some really nice takeaway food from the cat. So I kept the bags, so these are going to be my shoes of peace.
So first we need to protect our feet and go where God would want us to go. Our feet would get sore if we walked around with no shoes on. So we need to avoid the places we know we shouldn't go and keep our protective sandals on. Second, we need to be peaceful with others, don't we?
Yeah.
If there is someone you're fighting with, or if you've hurt someone's feelings, you need to ask for their forgiveness, or forgive those who have wronged you. Third, if things are a little bit hectic, a little bit chaotic, which I'm sure, in our house things are a bit chaotic, aren't they? And I'm sure in many houses up and down the country it is. God is also the peacemaker, so you can ask for him to bring the peace that is needed. Now the next piece is an item that we don't have to wear, is it? Which is exciting. Is the shield of faith.
I'm a bit more proud of this, spend a bit more time on this morning.
A shield is used to protect you when things are thrown at you. So you can do the same thing when bad things come at you in life. A shield is there to bat them away. The next piece is something that you do wear, but we haven't made it into a wearing thing.
What?
Is the helmet of salvation.
Yeah, I need to do some more work on this as well.
We use this to protect our mind. Sometimes we need to remember that we are God's children, that he loves us. And we also need to know what we have read in the Bible and learned. And this helmet of salvation will help us make those correct decisions. The next piece of armour, which is the final kind of official piece of armour, is something that we don't wear again. It's a sword of truth, the Spirit's. It's not the sword of truth, we have to wear the belt of truth. The sword is both the Bible and having the Spirit of God working in us. We can cut anything off that isn't good in our lives. By remembering God's word, we will be able to tell what is good and what is bad.
Yeah.
And the final bit is prayer. Now prayer isn't a particular piece of armour, but it's something that keeps all the other bits of armour together. And by talking to God, we can do amazing things. Nothing is too big or impossible with prayer because God can do anything he wants to. This doesn't...
Yeah.
I can't read it now. Okay. This doesn't mean that he will always answer what we want, but he will answer the best way he knows. It's important, isn't it, to remember that when we pray, we don't just ask for things, we pray for people as well, other people, not just ourselves, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is, a task that some of us have found tough in the past.
Yeah.
Talk about myself here.
Yeah, it kind of like to pray for himself,
Yes.
really, don't you?
It's a bit easier, isn't it, really? But it's important for us to remember that we should, pray for other people. And also pray of thanks as well.
Yeah.
So a good way to remember the armour is to try and think of putting it on each day when you get out of bed in the morning. And pray that God will help you remember that there is armour all around you as you go about your daily business. So, that's our story. That wasn't really a story today. So for those of you who like a bit of a story time, sorry, you can ask Alexa for a story next time.
Yeah, we'll have a story next time.
But we're going to have a song now, aren't we?
Yeah, well I'm just going to I'm going to do a bit more work on my armour and then we'll move to our song, shall we?
Okay, yes.
Because I feel that this is a bit inadequate. I'm just going to draw a little bit of... That's done. Do you want to do some drawing on the breastplate of righteousness?
Yes.
So we're just going to colour in a little bit because we didn't have that much time this morning. I've been on a course most of this week and Caleb's been a man of leisure. So
no, well I'm not very good at crafts.
No, Caleb's not very good at crafts. So we had a bit of a... Yeah, we have to get going. So what we've done with our craft things, we had one cardboard box and we've managed to make we've got two cardboard boxes. So we've just made a round sort of shape, it looks a bit like an orb, doesn't it? And cut out some eyes for our helmet. I was going to do something a bit more exotic than that. And I still was going to put some string around it, but I haven't got to that bit yet. We used the base of the box to make our breastplate and cut a little face space out so it can go around our neck. Obviously the sword quite easily cut out of the side of the box. And then this is another box, and what I haven't done, I was going to do a little handle in here to hold on to for a shield. So you're going to have better ideas, but hopefully you'll find the odd box lying around at home, and you've got some colouring pens and things, and you could do, oh cool, you could do some nice artwork on your, yeah. Okay, I'll do some fish then. I quite like the fish you've done. So I don't know what signs and symbols you want to use. I've used some hearts to remember God's love, which is what our faith is all about, and some crosses, because we remember that God's love was shown for us most when Jesus died on the
Mine's
cross.
quite beautiful.
Oh, that's quite nice. Okay, that's Caleb's best
Well, you can't
artwork.
really see the yellow, can you?
No. So we've now got a song, and during the song, I think I'm supposed to be putting the armour on. But I don't know how this will go.
It's quite low hanging, isn't the breastplate?
It's quite low hanging. You've got a lot of flour on you.
Well, you know, I have to get changed afterwards.
Okay. So we've got a song.
We've got a song.
We've got a song.
It's not as my song. It's our
Okay, where are you standing?
I don't know. What do you want to stand? Do you want the words?
No, I think I'll be all right.
So today's song is all about the armour of God, luckily,
Yeah,
and it's to the tune of Farmer in the Dell.
sort of.
Well, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't mean okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to start?
You can start.
I'm putting my armour on. I'm putting my armour on. I'm getting ready for the day. I'm putting my armour on. First comes my helmet. First comes my helmet. The helmet of salvation. I'm putting my armour on.
Oh, hang on.
Comes my breastplate.
Hang on. Wait. Second
comes my breastplate. Second comes my breastplate. The breastplate of righteousness. I'm putting my armour on. Third comes my belt.
Hold on. Wait.
Third
I don't know if
comes
the belt goes over the
Okay.
breastplate. Probably doesn't, does it? Hold on. Third comes the belt.
You already tied up for you.
I'm struggling a bit. The belt might fall down. There we go. Okay. Third comes my belt. Third comes my belt.
The belt of truth. I'm putting on my arm. Fourth comes my shoes. Fourth comes my shoes. The shoes of peace. I'm putting my armour on. Fifth comes my shield.
Hang on. Comes my shield.
Fifth of faith. I'm putting my armour on.
Running up hands.
Six comes my sword. Six comes my sword. The sword of the Spirit. I put my armour on. I've got my armour on. I've got my armour on. I'm ready for the day. I've got my armour on. That went
Now,
very badly.
That was quite good. Now you can do this if you don't have, if you haven't made your armour, you can still do this with action. So should we do it again with
Yes,
action?
we do it with action, Joe.
Yes, because I think that might work quite well for us.
I'm putting
Putting
my
my
armour on. I'm putting my armour on. I'm getting ready for the day. I'm putting my armour on. First comes my helmet. First comes my helmet. The helmet of salvation. I'm putting my armour on. Second comes my breastplate. Second comes my breastplate. The breastplate of righteousness. I'm putting my armour on. Third comes my belt. Third comes my belt. The belt of truth. I'm putting my armour on. Fourth comes my shoes. Fourth comes my shoes. The shoes of peace. I'm putting my armour on. Fifth comes my shield. Fifth comes my shield. The shield of faith. I'm putting my armour on. Sixth comes my sword. Sixth comes my sword. The sword of the Spirit. I'm putting my armour on. I've got my armour on. I've got my armour on. I'm ready for the day. I've got my armour on.
Well, that went quite well, I'd say, in the end. How many minutes? Yeah,
We've got 1
perfect
minute
timing.
left,
We've
so-
got 1 minute left. So I'm just going to try and take myself out of the string and the paper and the cardboard. But do make some armour if you've got time or you feel like it. And let us see your pictures, as well as making pizza. So have you got any shout outs to...
Finish off
To
with it?
read? No,
Oh,
from
thank
the-
you. Oh, sorry. Leslie is talking about her biscuits from last week.
Oh, and how were her biscuits from last week?
Well, delicious apparently, and she's having a homemade pizza tonight, a veggie one for herself and a meaty one for Dave. We're in garlic bread and salad.
Oh,
Oh,
she's really going
I
to town,
know, we
isn't she?
should've
I'll tell you, let's all go round to Leslie's.
I know, everyone's having a nice bit of good morning. Adam's saying he's going to get me on the next ref limiter in a cooking capacity.
Excellent.
Yes, but we might have to make a car thing, won't we?
Yeah, we could make, yeah,
We've
we'll
got,
think
we've
about
got car biscuit cups, I think.
that. We have got a car biscuit cutter.
Well, yeah, I'm sure we could cook on the Figaro engine.
Yes.
But we're about to run out of time.
Oh, we're running out of time.
Yeah, we've got 3 seconds, 2.
Okay, so we'll get these out of the oven and see how they look. It's always a bit of a nerve-wracking moment. The cat is looking particularly nervous, I have to say.
I don't think they're cooked.
Oh, I don't know, pull them out, let's have a look.
I've been outvoted earlier.
Yeah, I think the bottom was good. So we just slip these onto a plate, I think. We don't put them on a chopping board. We'll put them on a chopping board. We didn't really think about how to get them out of the oven to show you. But I think we have pizza success. Okay. So we're going to try and get them off. They've obviously stuck a tiny bit, although we did grease the trays quite a bit.
It's fine. Oh, wow.
It's a bit stuck. So maybe they needed a tiny bit longer. But I'd say that it certainly looks like pizza. And who knows whether it's going to taste like pizza. Are you going to bring yours over? Kara's might have been a bit better. Yeah, so we've got a bit of stickage.
Yeah, I think probably should have greased a bit more.
Probably should have greased a bit more. But do you want to just leave that for now? And we will wish you a very happy Friday.
Oh, I've got pizza actually.
Yeah, they smell
They
nice.
smell
don't
really good
They
actually.
do smell really good. And hopefully your pizzas turn out as well. And we will see you next week. What are we doing next week? You haven't got a plan yet, have you? So
Isn't it
Pentecost.
next week? Yeah.
Yeah, next weekend is Pentecost. So we haven't quite decided what
We're
we're
going to
going
do
to
things with fire.
But we're going to do things with fire, maybe.
Oh, definitely, I think. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Well, anyway, we're going to discuss and risk assess doing things with fire.
It's going to be fire based.
And we will see you next week. Have a good weekend. Bye.